That's a terrific shot. Straight down the ground. That's right out of the coaching manual. First boundary for Tendulkar.
That's not a shot that a lot of batsmen can play. Look how easily he plays the shot, Sachin Tendulkar. Almost waiting to see how much the ball is going to be moving, because that's what Eddie Brandis is looking for, the outswinger. It's done its movement, and then he plays his shot. Straight down the ground.
So 6 runs coming off that last over, 14 for no loss India. Well, that's 4. He's found the gap, just leant into it and caressed it through the offside.
Another overpitched delivery from Johnson. And another boundary. Again looking for that swing. Not a great deal of swing there. Slightly overpitched. And good batsmen don't allow those to go unpunished.
That's put away. A chase for the man at mid-off, but the ball will win.
This is why anything that looks anywhere close to being out is going to bring forth an appeal. Look at that shot. Why would you want to be bowling to this man? If you can get rid of him, why not shout, and shout loudly?
So 4 runs coming off that last over, just the boundary, 26 for no loss. Oh, that's nicely timed on the back foot. He really is a superb timer of the ball when he plays through the offside. That's another boundary for Ganguly.
Problems for Zimbabwe. Had an excellent start against the Sri Lankans, but each bad delivery has been put away.
Yes, that's one of the features of his batting. He hits a lot of boundaries, Ganguly, early on. And that's been very good for Tendulkar as well. It's taken the pressure off him. These two are now a very formidable opening pair.
And of course, the mere fact that one is a left-hander and the other a right-hander even helps with throwing the bowlers offline.
Couple here for the Indians.
Things not as easy for Eddie Brandis in this game as they were yesterday. The ball isn't swinging as much.
As well, this might not go all the way to the fence. So another couple to end the over. So far it's been a good solid start by the Indians. 34 for no loss.
Oh, he's hit that one. Beautifully played. A couple of bounces and into the fence for four. You daren't drift down the leg side. Sachin Tendulkar will murder bowling in that area.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is a very good bowling change. Heat streak, very much a seam bowler. Bowls it in a straight line, and that one's just drifted down the leg side, and Tendulkar's just whipped it away. Neil Johnson, even though he hasn't got the control over the length and line, he does tend to move it a little bit more, swing it in the air, and that always makes it a bit more difficult to play. Heat streak, very much a seam bowler, doesn't swing it much.
Well, that one's short again, he's got it away, but the sweeper will pick it up. He's going to come back for two, Tendulkar. Over the bails, that's a good throw. 6 runs off the over, it's 40 for none. So 9 overs have been bowled now. There's the comparison. Nothing much in it. Well, he's got it to the field. Back for the second. Yes, while we were looking at that split screen, forgot to tell you that that was the first maiden of the day.
Just look at Ganguly on the right here. His head just goes down a little bit, and it's not quite level, whereas Sachin Tendulkar just stands up nice and straight. Hardly any movement of the head, and just look how they're watching the ball right onto the bat, playing it nice and late, right underneath the eyes. A lot of batsmen, Grant Flower being an example, plays it out in front of him.
Oh, full toss. Thank you very much. Smashed away to the fence for 4. Well, I think he knows he can't bowl full tosses to Tendulkar. He was perhaps trying to slip a Yorker in there, and it got away from him.
Yes, I also think he tried to bowl it a little bit slower, and all it did was give Tendulkar more time to place it, which he did very well wide and mid-on very straight, and he was able to get the full toss, as he should. Quality player like Tendulkar doesn't miss the gaps too often, and that's straight between the fielders. Quite an unusual field placing for Ganguly. They realise how strong he is in this region through the point. And see, they've got one of their catchers there, and then they've got a man right on the edge of the circle, also protecting that area. So it's a good piece of fielding from Heath Street.
Oh, into the gap. That's a lovely shot. Well played. Ganguly plays that cover drive beautifully. In fact, he plays it as well as anybody.
And that's a much better shot. We saw him get an inside edge a little bit earlier.
See that Tendulkar has had half as many balls. Not quite, but nearly. Ganguly's had most of the strike. Tendulkar scoring very fast. Oh, good shot. Beautifully placed. Well, it's almost as if he said, Ganguly, if you can do it, I can do it better.
Absolutely. This is a great shot as well. Doesn't try and hit it too hard, Sachin Tendulkar. Always right in the correct position, right across to it, and beautifully off the middle. Just guided into the gap. I said it before, I just don't think it was the right bowling change. I think they took the wrong option. I think Johnson had equally as good a chance of getting him out on this type of wicket and under lights where it's just moving around a little bit. Streak very much a seam bowler, and there's not much in it for the seam bowlers. They're not going to move it off the wicket.
Straight back down the ground and firmly struck again. Just the single. Back up.
At the right time, because these two openers were really looking dangerous. They were scoring runs with ease, and they didn't really have to take any risks. Ganguly genuinely beaten as he came down with... Oh, that's a glorious shot on the up. That's 4 more. Not all that bad a delivery. But you're bowling to a class player.
Wonderful shot. Just opening the blade at the last moment, hitting right through the line of the ball. Look at the follow through there, and finding the gap between backward point and cover. Shot of a class player. Full flow of the bat, all the way through.
Yes, and when you have four very good fielders in the ring, to get the placement dead right, just shows the quality of the batsman you're up against. 35 of 34 balls, 6 boundaries. Good running. He knew he had not hit that ball too hard when it went away to mid-on. Very quick to call Mongia across for a single. Well, the last man to be dismissed was Saurav Ganguly. And he was dismissed in Paul Strang's first over. Slow delivery and smashed through the offside. That's another boundary for Tendulkar, but what you got to see in this shot is how he waited on it.
Slow ball from Street, perhaps not as well disguised as some, but that front foot is right out there, and he just, as Ravi said, waited on it. Eyes right on the ball, concentration, focus, and bang through the offside. And there was no chance of that man. He dived, but it was a despairing dive.
Wanting the single, sent back, and a misfield there will allow Tendulkar to get the single he wanted. Well, nicely played. He played that late and he got that fine. A neat stroke by Tendulkar. That'll give him another boundary. In fact, we'll have to wait for the umpire signal. Yes, he signaled 4. He's come off the bat.
He went down there at the rate of knots. It's an off spinner, so there's no real pace of the ball. And Tendulkar just churning it away and using the right hand in the shot.
So the Indians comfortably placed at this stage, going along at 4.88 per over. And Strang here continuing. And that's it. Yet another 50 for Sachin Tendulkar. That's 4. He's picked that up from outside the off stump and smashed it past mid-wicket. 6 runs coming off that over, 94 for 2.
Straight down the ground, that's 4. One bounce over the fence. Beautiful, firm drive. Played with such confidence into the gap. Absolutely no problems there for Sachin Tendulkar. There are 6 fielders inside the circle, and there is no long on. Just lofted it to the right of the bowler, to the left of long on, and an easy boundary. And there he goes again. He's over the top of extra cover. Oh, he's missed it. So keen to get the ball back. And they set high standards, these Zimbabweans. You don't often see them do this. That's strong flower down there. That's one thing I think they pride themselves on, the Zimbabweans, that they are very good fielders. This is a costly mistake. Oh, it's a huge 6, way over the top. Go and fetch it, it's in the road. Sachin Tendulkar, he must be getting ready for dinner. I think he's hungry, he wants to get home. What a shot.
That's going to take 20 minutes to find.
This has gone a very long way. He has given that everything, Sachin Tendulkar. This pavilion is not a very low pavilion. I would think this is somewhere in the region of 7 to 8 stories high, and it has cleared it. It's a good thing they have a box of balls, because that one won't be coming back in a hurry.
Well, the reason why we put that high camera up there was to see if we could spot the ball. It's gone flying over the top of the pavilion roof. Way over the back there, somewhere into that road. It's brought the traffic to a standstill. There we go again. Watchfully played that time into the gap. Now there'd be a huge temptation here for Mohammad Azharuddin to try and follow what Tendulkar's doing. That would be a mistake. Have another look at this.
It certainly would be a mistake for Azhar to try and match Sachin Tendulkar. He should just be quite content to spend time at the crease. Allow the master to keep on hitting
That's
those
also
loads.
the end of the over. 119 for 2. Ball straight down the ground. That's 4 as well. One bounce and into the fence. Tendulkar has definitely decided that he wants to get this match over quickly, and he's decided as well, I think, that by the time he's finished, the net run rate is going to be very different to what it was before the start of the game.
Just picking the right spot again, Sachin Tendulkar. Mid-on was inside the circle. That ball was well wide of the off stump, but no problem hitting it back towards the onside.
He just plays the ball whenever there's a gap over the top. He seems to have this uncanny knack of being able to hit it there. The mid-on was up, so he smashed it over his head for 4. They moved him back, and then he pushes one square to the wicket on the onside. So he's having a game with the Zimbabweans, I'm afraid to say, at the moment. 81. Oh, beautifully played. That's the most beautiful late play. He just waited for it and let it go, and then at the very last minute, he just dabbed it away to the boundary for 4. That's the end of the over. We'll come back and have a look at that one. It's a lovely shot. 134 for 2. Nicely played right off the middle of the bat. Nice drive from Mohammad Azharuddin. He's beginning to time it a little bit now, playing a little bit more sensibly. I got the feeling when he first came in that he was trying to match Tendulkar. Pretty well a lost cause that is when he's in this sort of mood. Nice placement. It won't quite get to the fence before. It was really just pushed away through the offside field. So that takes Tendulkar into the 90s now. 6 runs off the over. It's 142 for 2.
Gamesmanship there by Paul Strang. He knows the crowd is very expectant.
Sly grin as well.
And that should be it. 100, number 20 for Sachin Tendulkar. Another fabulous innings. And he gets the occasion, the ovation he deserves.
Excellent knock by Sachin Tendulkar. But you can tell he was certainly very aware of the situation. After he got to 85, he scored 13 singles and a 2 to get to the century. Took his time and gradually got there.
Well, he's broken another record of sorts here. He's got more international hundreds than any other player in the history of the game. He went past 3 other players today. Desmond Haynes had in total 35 hundreds. But if you count the number of hundreds in test matches and one-day internationals, Vivian Richards had 35 as well. That's 24 and 11. And Sunny Gavaskar, 34 test match hundreds and one. So 166 for 3 here. The Indians cruising along at this stage. And that's pulled away. That could go all the way. It has the 6th signal by the umpire, and one just gets the feeling that the little champion might just cut loose here.
Well, he has achieved the 3 figures, Sachin Tendulkar. Now it's time to entertain again. This wasn't a particularly bad delivery, just a fraction short, but look at that ball go just over the ropes.
He's had a terrific year of 98. Now this is not an easy shot to play. It's not played with a horizontal bat. It's almost played with a vertical bat, so it's literally played off the back foot, straight down the ground. Not wide of mid-on, but what a 6 that was. 106 years. And again, at this time, straight to the man in the deep. He's had an amazing year of 1998. Out of his 20 hundreds, he's got 8 hundreds in 1998. And there you see, top of a very illustrious list. 20 hundreds. Desmond Haynes, 17. Saeed Anwar, very good record there for Saeed Anwar. 1500s in only 158 matches. Plenty of big names there. Gordon Greenidge, Brian Lara, Vivian Richards. He's timed that beautifully. 1 bounce over the ropes. Jadeja getting into the act here.
No point in Jadeja holding back now. Sachin Tendulkar has achieved his landmark of 3 figures. Now it's all a matter of getting it all over quickly. Just a nice flick of the wrist. 1 bounce.
Thanks, Michael. Yes, this has been a tremendously entertaining evening. Jadeja quite happy just to knock that one down to the boundary at deep long off. And of course everyone's happy because now Tendulkar's on strike. As if they haven't had enough of him today. He's played some wonderful shots. 113, 106 balls. 10 runs to win.
They say you must make hay while the sun shines. Well, Sachin Tendulkar certainly doesn't believe in giving anything away.
Oh, he blasted that one at extra cover. And he did well to field it. Alistair Campbell in that position. That gets it down to 8. What's the betting on him finishing it with a 6? That's a breakdown of where he scored all his runs. Offside on the left and the right hand side is the leg side. He loves that, doesn't he? Oh no, well he'll come back for the second. Right, now then. Can he finish this with a 6? Will he try to finish it with a 6? Now then, is he having a look? Where is he looking? He's going to hit it. The place hit it is straight down the ground. Hard and high. He won't want to give it away though, will he? 6 runs to win. They're moving a man across now to that position on the other side where he's been sweeping away. They're calling for a 6. And that time he didn't oblige. Last ball of the over. Oh, well, that is very close. He tried to get that one away fine again. End of the over, 191 for 3. So 40 overs have been bowled now, and they need 6 runs, and so 60 balls remaining to do it in. Jadesia's on strike. Just lost his way a little bit there, so he wants to check his guard. He's done that. Well, that's nicely played too. He's got that one away down towards square leg, so just another single. They'll wander through.
Slow hand flaps starting up again. They're hoping that Sachin Tendulkar will end it in one blow. That's not the blow.
Wide down the next side, so that gives them another one. So 3 to win now. Through the offside for 1. 2 to get. Tendulkar on strike now. Yes, well, this has been a really good, solid innings by the Indians. Obviously, it's been dominated by Tendulkar, but they started well with Ganguly, and then Mohammad Azharuddin, after a bit of a shaky start, settled in there for a while, and that's given wide as well. So 1 to win. Tendulkar will be a little unhappy he didn't get some bat on that one. And now Tendulkar's just cleaning things up. 117 he's got. Side, and that's it. India take victory in the 3rd Coca-Cola Cup match against Zimbabwe, and straight away the hands of congratulations are stretched out to him. He played very well.
Very comprehensive victory this by India. Did very well in the field. Their spin bowlers did an excellent job in preventing Zimbabwe from getting to 200, restricting them to just about 196, and then their masterful batsman Sachin Tendulkar leading the way in a run chase.
Yes, the Zimbabweans won't feel too good about today's match, but I think it's probably fair to say that any side that runs into Tendulkar in batting conditions like this, and when he's on song, is likely to have a problem or two. They didn't get quite enough runs, and that being the case, Tendulkar was able to play at his pace.
Sachin Tendulkar smashed a glorious unbeaten 118 of 112 balls with 14 fours and 2 sixes as the Indians overhauled Zimbabwe's modest 196 with 9.2 overs to spare. He was ably assisted by Ganguly in the beginning and then later on by skipper Azhar. The Zimbabwean bowling was nothing much to write home about, Paul Strang being the only bowler to cause any damage with his 3 for 32. So once again Sachin Tendulkar took India to an emphatic victory, this time over Zimbabwe. He was awarded the man of the match for his 118 not out. Do join us again next time for yet another cricket classic. Until then, it's goodbye.
Kitchen and Koi. Amir Sohail today having called wrongly.
Okay.
That's Koi, the umpire. That's Vikram Rathore, who's replaced Jadeja as Tendulkar's partner. The first ball from the pavilion end, it's Waqar Yunus, and it's a wide.